So, coming from TechCrunch, Google will pay SpaceX $920 million per month for compute. So it appears that Google was getting more or less the same deal that Anthropic got from SpaceX. So recently, Anthropic signed a deal with SpaceX for over $1 billion, like $1.52 billion per month. They're going to be paying to SpaceX in order to access 220,000 GPUs at what was the Colossus 1 data center. So it looks like Google is getting in on this action, and they are going to be renting 110,000 GPUs plus other technology equipment for $920 million a month in order to run their AI services. And this is all, I don't know, I find this to be very weird. The reason that I find this to be weird is when we hear about artificial intelligence, the big thing that we're bombarded with is the concept of compute constraint. All of these companies are compute constrained, and they would grow bigger, faster, become more profitable. They would become more oh, that's a joke. Anyways, if only they had more compute. The weird thing is, right, we look at SpaceX, and so SpaceX is, lordy, IPOing. Oh, golly, when is that they're IPOing? A couple of days. It's the 8th. It's the 8th right now. Anyways, they're IPOing in a couple of days, right? And their play is supposed to be an AI company, right? XAI is the real value of SpaceX. Launching crap into space, that is a sideshow in the SpaceX world. Their ISP service, that's a sideshow. The real money in SpaceX is XAI and artificial intelligence services. And so the weird thing about this is when we're told that all of these AI companies are so compute constrained, is that when you hear that SpaceX, right before they IPO, apparently has at least, because this is what they have sold so far, 330,000 GPUs. It does beg the question about, you know, what is going on with hardware and that type of thing with this whole AI fraud. Anyways, if we take a look at this, SpaceX has lined up another compute deal ahead of the historic IPO, this time with Google. The company announced the deal and a regulatory filing on Friday. On their terms of the deal, Google will pay SpaceX $920 million per month from October 2026 through June 2029. And so that's the other thing too with this, is that this is a long time, right? This is about 2.5 years of them getting access to approximately 110,000 NVIDIA GPUs, CPUs, memory, and other related components. So this could, we'll talk about it later, this could be shut down in something like 90 days or whatever. This could also be something like 2.5 years that they're essentially letting go of those GPUs. The deal is similar in length and scope to the one SpaceX announced with Anthropic in late May. As part of that deal, Anthropic agreed to pay SpaceX $1.25 billion per month through 2029 to rent all the available compute from its Colossus 1 data center near Memphis, Tennessee. Google's deal appears to be paying for roughly half the amount of compute that Anthropic has access to at Colossus 1. SpaceX didn't say which specific data center Google would be using. This is also the curious thing here is, again, where are these resources coming from? So they have Colossus 1 and Colossus 2. So the idea, the concept, what we have been informed is, no, this makes sense, Eli, this makes sense. So they were using Colossus 1, they spun up Colossus 2. So the idea is that SpaceX then moved all the AI services over to Colossus 2, and then they just had Colossus 1 sitting there. They just simply had 220,000 GPUs, you know, just with nothing to do. And that's why they were able to provide to Anthropic. Which again is weird. There's this whole thing, was it Michael Barry, you know, he's been talking about the whole depreciation schedule of GPUs. And now these technology companies have pushed technology depreciation from 3 years to 6 years. And there's a whole bunch of arguments about whether that makes sense or doesn't make sense. But the curious thing here is, again, if SpaceX is actually using these AI services, SpaceX is supposed to be an AI company, then wouldn't they still be using Colossus? Well, if you have 220,000 GPUs, and you're going to have a company that's going to be worth $1.77 trillion, wouldn't you think those GPUs would need to be utilized for something internally? Wouldn't that make sense in a normal, sane world? So anyways, that's basically the idea. So it is also interesting here is like where are these additional 110,000 GPUs coming from? Are they coming from Colossus 2, which oh, that would put a hell of a question mark around everything. In a statement, a Google representative described the deal as a result of unexpected demand for its recently launched AI products. Yes, the unexpected demand. When you shove your AI products down everybody's throats. As I've talked about before with Google, right? Again, with this whole compute constrained horse crap, I never planned to use Google AI, right? I planned to use Anthropic, right? It was like, I'm gonna try Claude Code. And I did that. And I used OpenAI for a long time. I've used Ollama, I've used these other services. Here's the deal. Has zero interest in using Grok, and honestly didn't have much interest in using Google. And then Google integrated AI into their search engine. So now I end up using AI services simply because it's built into the search engine. And honestly, half the time, especially when I'm on my smartphone, like you get the result from the AI, and it's actually harder. It's harder to go through and get the information from the normal search results. So therefore I end up using the AI services. So this is where I say, like they say these words that sound good. It sounds good because it sounds like everybody wants AI. We had no idea the demand Google would be under for AI service, right? That sounds like everybody is desperate to use Google AI. It doesn't sound like everybody has been using the Google search engine for 20 years at this point. It is in damn near everybody in the world's workflow. All of a sudden, right, they suction cup AI onto this thing everybody has been using for 2 decades, and now everybody's using that, right? Oh my God, it was unexpected. What? Nah. Anyways. Let's see here. Quote, Google Cloud and SpaceX are longtime partners, Google said in a statement. This is a short-term, timely agreement to ensure we have bridge capacity to meet surging customer demand for our agent platform, Gemini Enterprise, which has been even higher than we expected. So that's enterprise. Who knows? Maybe. It is curious to be thinking about this, talking about short-term, but again, two and a half years in the technology world is a while. Also, like the Anthropic deal, the agreement with Google includes a cancellation clause. Both SpaceX and Google have the option to terminate the agreement with 90 days notice after December 31st, 2026. Quote, if we fail to deliver access to the committed amount of GPUs by September 30th, 2026, then following a 1-month grace period, Google may immediately terminate the agreement or accept the number of GPUs provided with a reduction in the monthly fees. SpaceX announced the deal just 1 week before the company's stock is expected to start trading on the NASDAQ exchange. And so this might be something that they're trying to do to pump their numbers, because their numbers look like dog crap. Their numbers are so bad. You know, as I've said before, when you take a look at SpaceX, you think, wow, SpaceX is a company of the future. They launch stuff into space. 90% of America's launch capacity is tied up in SpaceX. That's got to be worth a lot of money. And as I've said before, if you look at the revenue for SpaceX launches, and you look at the revenue of OnlyFans, they're about the same. I'm not saying it's good. I am not saying it's good. I am not saying a healthy society would value OnlyFans at the same level as 90% of American launch capacity, but it also is in fact true. So this might be a way for them to try to boost their numbers. And then if you're sitting there like, yeah, but Eli, but why would Google be part of this crap, right? I get SpaceX has not actually been able to do with AI what they plan to do with AI. They have 330,000 GPUs and all the hardware and everything that goes along with there sitting there. Like I get why SpaceX would want to juice their numbers before the IPO. But Eli, come on now. Google is their competitor, right? That's what you say. Google is their competitor, right? You got XAI, you got Gemini, they're competing back and forth. Google wouldn't throw SpaceX a lifeline like this, unless they actually needed it. Until you keep reading. Until you keep reading. And this, my friends, is where I lose my mind at the modern world. Google, as a longtime investor in SpaceX, its stake in Musk's company is expected to be worth more than $100 billion. after the IPO. So this is where we talk about the circular financing disaster that we have going on. So think about it, right? Google owns a lot of equity in SpaceX. If they're looking at $100 billion after the IPO, it probably means they own like 6 or 7% of SpaceX. They own significant equity into SpaceX. Doesn't mean their vote's worth a damn, but they do own equity in it, right? And so they could be sitting there looking at the numbers, realizing the IPO valuation doesn't make a damn bit of sense. So what is something that they can do, right? They do need look, Google does need the hardware. They probably do need the hardware. They're shoving the services down people's throat. So this way, they get access to the hardware they need. They boost the revenue of the company that they own 6 or 7% equity in. And then it's just money all the way around to keep this idiocy going. And all I want you to do, don't listen to me. Eli, the computer guy, he's just a moron in the basement. I just want you to think about this. We are told constantly in the AI world, everything is compute constrained. Compute constrained, compute constrained, compute constrained. They won't shut up about compute constrained. And XAI has 330,000 GPUs, along with everything else that goes with it, apparently just sitting there for somebody to rent. Right? You sit there and you're like, well, why would Google, buy these services unless they need it? And then you realize they have 6 or 7% equity in SpaceX, and at $1.77 trillion, that would be worth $100 billion. And if it goes up from there, it would be worth even more. Does everything start to make a little bit more sense? So you start to understand where I am coming from with my frustration with all of this. So anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about Google buying services from XAI? What do you think about XAI having 330,000 GPUs, just sitting around? And we are informed. There are no dark GPUs, right? You hear David Sachs? You listen to the All In podcast with the smartest people in the world, right? I do. Because when I'm on my little elliptical machine, it really gets the blood flowing, dumbass tech bros. Anyways, and you'll hear David Sachs. What you have to understand about the internet boom and bust is dark fiber. That's the thing. David Sachs comes out very strongly saying there are no dark GPUs. Except for those 330,000 that are sitting over there that we know about. That's what they taught. I mean, like Nadella with Microsoft. Nadella with Microsoft back in December literally said he had purchased GPUs that he could not power on, that he could not light up. I would think that would be a dark GPU. Again, SpaceX. This is simply what they're currently renting. We know SpaceX had 330,000 GPUs that were essentially dark GPUs. We don't know how many more they've got. Oh, Lordy. Anyways, what do you think about all this? Only a couple more days till our society implodes. Anyways, put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, they are on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is in the doobly-doo. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.